My name's Andy Cook and
I am Paul Hernes Barnes.
And together we are Geotone Community Interest Company.
And we go into different communities and work with them to create audio experiences that they want to hear, rather than us coming in and being like, this is what you're going to listen to, you know.
And I guess what's specific about Geotone is that it's geolocated audio. Not just any audio, but audio that's linked to a particular place. So you've got to go there and then hear what has been designed for that particular spot. So you've got to venture out of your home and come to places like this.
We have been working with different community groups, day centres, local youth theatres, that kind of thing, and we've been going in and developing stories and unearthing different histories about the area, and we've been tying them to local places like this, just by Baltoning's nature reserve just there. And it's incredible what we've learned through this time as well. It used to be, say, a massive colliery here, massive marshalling yards, and now it's like completely unrecognisable from its past.
So we've made an audio walk, and all of the sounds in the audio walk are made by people. A lot of it is Foley, so it's manipulating objects to produce unusual sounds. There's effects added onto that. What are the objects we've used? We've used brushes, keys,
paper,
chairs,
trowels,
trowels.
You know, when you take it away from like what you're actually doing with them, they become something else. So they can become like going down into the mine and all the different sounds you'd hear there. But we've also been working with some other community artists as well. We went down to the Wath for their folk music night and got some traditional songs from the people that attended that, which has been really amazing to hear the culture of the area.
There's a real heritage of mining songs about the experience of mining that isn't necessarily reflected in the history of it. You know, it's the on-the-ground experience of what it's like to go into a mine every day. And that's still, I think that's still an experience and a memory that people have that still lives on in Wath Upon Dearne, you know, in this community. People have a real strong connection to what it was. I think for a lot of people it feels like it was 5 minutes ago.
So I think it's really important to sort of document all of that and put it in these spaces, just so you can get the echoes of it and what it once was and all the social histories that sort of stem from that time period. We've worked with so many groups, all with like different access needs, different ages, and different abilities as well. So we've had to really diversify our workshop plans and how we approach each one.
Quite an interesting day. You came in, you set up your equipment, and then we were doing all sorts of musical recordings.
That sounds like cars and animals and noise, animals and cars.
I really enjoyed making different sounds, getting to kind of think about different sounds and how they, you know, sound at different levels.
I enjoyed it as well because I was able to do my own thing on the guitar, and it just felt awesome to do.
It was a bit like coal mining with all those buildings and ruins.
I think the music box sound weird when you put your fingers on the little lines on it.
We're moving like things around, people like banging on fences and stuff like that.
I quite like the sound of the tambourine on the shopping trolley because it was just something really different.
It's like if you were in a mine and you go in like this and it just goes like that, doesn't it? Chops it down, doesn't it, like that?
I like the sound when the microphone was rubbing against the table. It sounded like lots of rocks falling.
So they had them big earphones on. It were like ASMR as well, you know, sounds for calming.
You got anything else you want to say, Luke?
I would love to do more of that, 100%. It'd keep me occupied.
So yeah, one thing we did with Brampton Youth Theatre, which was really nice, was mindful listening. So it's kind of just being still, turning the lights off, closing the curtains, and just listening to all the sounds that happen around you. Because it's like one of those things, you can walk down the street and not notice anything, or you can, and then all of a sudden there's a building there. And it's the same thing with sound, the sounds that happen all around us all the time. But if you take a second just to kind of tune in, you'll start noticing things, and you can apply that practice to when you're making audio. So to listen out for the unexpected sounds that happen, or how things come together and what sort of stories they tell.
People can invite their friends and family down and invite them to see a thing or hear a thing experience a thing that they've been working on. And I think hopefully that's really valuable for them.
I think one of the really positive impacts that we've had will have been from working with all the different groups we've worked with and all the individuals. It's a really wide range of people, and they're all now linked up and linked to Flux and doing other projects. And I think in small towns, you know, it's the same for big towns. There can be lots going on, but you don't necessarily know about it. And I think Flux could be a really good incubator for, you know, injecting a lot of creativity and interesting projects. I think we've kind of linked everything together with this, literally in the sound in the audio walk, but also organisationally. I think one of the things that's really nice about Flux is that there's just a lot of enthusiasm. There's a lot of enthusiasm for Rotherham and for the work and for the communities and the people we're working with. You know, it's investing in them and it's investing a lot of resources in them. And so we're kind of just the, as the artists in residence, we're just a bit of the front line of that, you know, and there's a lot that's coming. There's a lot that's kind of behind us, and you really kind of feel that as a practitioner. So what the experience is you have to come to this spot, which is right by the River Dearne, and it's right by this beautiful bird sanctuary where there used to be, all of this used to be colliery. It used to be slag heap and trains, and it's just a big dirty industrial mess. You have to come here and you'll pop on some earphones and you'll hear sounds, and it'll take you through time and it'll take you through this community. You'll hear people who live here, you'll hear sounds from the mine, I think you go further back in time, you'll hear sounds, you'll hear singing, and it'll kind of take you outwards in every direction around Wath and in time.
So you can go into the App Store and download Echoes, the audio app, and then all you need to do is click on our audio walk, which will be where you are standing here. Or you can go onto the Flux Rotherham website, and there'll be a QR code that you can just scan and it'll take you to the walk, and you come here and you do it.